How's it going, everybody? I'm so glad you're here, and today we're going to be talking about Oh Hi, written and directed by Sophie Brooks and starring Molly Gordon, Logan Lerman, Geraldine Viswanathan, and John Reynolds. Iris and Isaac are a couple that seem perfect together, but their first romantic getaway goes awry in a most unexpected way. This was the first film that I saw at Tribeca this year, and this was a really special festival for me. It was my first festival as an accredited press journalist for the website cinemasters.net, which I'm a contributor for, and so naturally, this film will always hold a special place in my heart regardless of how I feel about it. But I knew absolutely nothing going into the film. I just saw the little promotional frame and read the synopsis and thought that this would be something right up not only my alley but several of my friends' alleys. In fact, right after I got out of the screening, I called a friend of mine and told her I think I just found her new favorite movie, because I do think that this has the potential to become kind of a cult favorite in certain circles. I know that this friend has since seen the film and she agreed with my assessment in the sense that this is going to be huge for a somewhat small group of people. I still had a ton of fun with this movie. I think that it does have the potential to become a bit of a cult favorite. It definitely screams debut feature in a lot of ways, but a lot of the positives of this film really elevate some of the more half-baked aspects. For one, Logan Lerman and Molly Gordon are absolutely spectacular in the film. They play off of each other beautifully. They're hilarious together, their chemistry is off the charts, and both of them give genuinely wonderful performances. Geraldine Viswanathan and John Reynolds are also really great supporting characters. My favorite character in the film is actually played by David Cross. Unfortunately, he's only in the movie for like 2 or 3 minutes, but whenever he's on screen, he relishes his time. The screenplay is also terrific in parts. I think that this is where a lot of the elements of a debut film really start to hinder the actual story, because the element at the center of this film, this sort of complicated situationship that these people have very different expectations for, is played out frighteningly realistically. It's definitely something that the filmmaker and the people involved know how to explore. They've definitely lived through something like this before, because there's plenty of very cringeworthy, squeamish scenes complimentary in this film that feel very, very true to someone's lived experience. And in that aspect, like I said, this film is terrific. Unfortunately, I think that the filmmakers didn't quite realize how little substance that specific small little element of a person's life actually has. There's a lot of moments in this movie where they'll write themselves into a corner, and the way that they try to get themselves out of that corner is less than professional, if that makes any sense. A lot of the situations that these characters get into feel kind of far-fetched and very servicing to the script without really servicing the story or the characters. Just kind of feels like something that has to happen to either keep the audience engaged, up the ante, make things more shocking, and not really something that you'd think would naturally happen. And that isn't always an issue in movies like this, but when the film establishes itself tonally early on as a very realistic sort of black comedy, maybe a little bit of thriller, it does feel like a bit of a betrayal, especially towards the end with some plot devices that certain characters try to implement. It's emblematic of the characters themselves and the mania that they go through, but tonally it still feels like a bit of a departure and kind of a betrayal to what was initially set up, because it doesn't always feel as though the screenwriter had everything laid out before she sat down to put pen to paper. Going along with that, the ending is also very strange. It feels like it's plucked out of an entirely different movie. I definitely think the ending, if anything else, feels like a betrayal to the rest of the story. The characters are set up to feel a certain way about a certain thing in the plot, and it's consistent throughout, but then at the end, to kind of thematically throw a curveball, they change that up. I'm trying to be as vague as possible without so I don't spoil anything for people, but I understand thematically what the film was trying to do at the end of the day, but consistency-wise, I don't think it works. I don't have a ton to say about this film at all. It's a short, quick, breezy watch. Stylistically, it does feel, like I said, debut feature, very handheld camera, it's a little shaky, there's not much stylistically going on with the visuals. The fortes of this film are the characters, their performances, the people's dynamic with each other, and the jokes and quirkiness that goes along with the situation. And in that sense, I had a great time. I'm going to be giving Oh Hi a 6 out of 10. I definitely recommend you check this out when it hits theaters on Friday. Like I said before, I think this has the potential to be a cult film in some small circles, and I'm excited to see what Sophie Brooks does next, because she very clearly has talent behind the camera, and I'm excited to see what she does with a little bit more confidence in her repertoire. Thank you guys so much as always for watching this video. If you've seen the film yet, let me know what you think of it down below in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.